Peace. Be still. Fantasy is about to reveal. I know I did a rant. It wasn't a rant. It's really what I was thinking. My other concern is I've been a YouTuber for some time. I may not got everything going, but what's up with these celebrities? Slash rappers with these podcasts, because you got the money and you can do everything and talk about what? And I'm directing that at Mace, particularly, and what's his name, Camion. I wasn't a fan of none of them. Come on, let me look it up. Mace and Cameron. Now, I give it to Mace when he separated himself from Diddy. And his suits be look like some pimps. I don't get it. Like, who cares about... We already know, I praised Mace when he said about them receipts on Diddy. But, I mean, it's just not them. It's just like other podcasters and celebrities that's not being in the mainstream like it was in 2005, whatever it is. They not mainstream, and they just, it seemed like celebrities just coming on just to talk about other celebrities. What's your thought on Kanye coming out sucking a twat or whatever? All this stuff, it's really messy. And I don't feed to, I just scroll through it. But I can just see the little headlines. Like, I don't even entertain it. But I don't want you to be entertaining it as well, because I came across some Cardi B and her ex-husband, all the business out there in you have a few years ago they was the power couple. You got the Breakfast Club stating things on lawsuits. And who cares? My fucking rent is due. These people ego tripping. Ego tripping to the extreme. I think to myself, like, I need to really get my shit together. I really need to get my shit together. I mean, like, far as my shit is my shit. They shit is their shit. $1 million shit. Say hi, Coco. I'm in love with the Coco. You can't sleep without me. She can't. So she lapped me. Yeah, I am not a cat lady. I love animals, though. If I had a cat, I deal with her. I can't stand cat hairs. I'm allergic. And I grew up with cats. Her mane is pretty cool. I can deal with her. They're right. She don't get groomed. We went out today, and I went to the store to get me some Stellas, and I had to carry her in my arms, cause like this, I'm built like that. I had to carry her because she can't. She haven't been vaccinated, so I can't allow her to walk around on streets or anything. But she needs some air. Really needed some air because she had parvo at 4 months, and I didn't know that if the owner didn't get her vaccinated, so she got parvo, and my daughter automatically I noticed when I came home from work and she didn't touch her food or her favorite snack. I said something wrong. So we took her, and she was positive for parvo. Parvo is something that kills pets, dogs. And by her being, I think, 4 to 5 months, 4 months, she survived it. But I decided to take her out. And she's bigger since then. She ain't no puppy no more. She's still a puppy because she like to gnaw on my fingers. Because now her teeth getting strong. And she cute. I call her beady ass. She was looking at me with this bang. But yeah, she's something else. But that's just daily living. Got to decide on ComEd bills. Okay. Light bill coming up, rent coming up, or, food and stuff. You think I want to be entertained by Cameron Mays with them cheap ass suits? I think they just do that on purpose just to irritate you. Yeah, it's my style. Oh my God, he like it's Shannon. I used to joke about that guy, Sharp Shannon. Even before he had a podcast in 2016 when he was a commentator. And I was looking towards him with my boyfriend at the time. And I'm like, look at his suit. And he would laugh. I said, he sound like he been chewing on some rocks. You know what I'm saying, what you... But, it worked out for him. And, I don't have a perfect speech. But, all these podcasters that's in the background of hip-hop or rap, I like Drink Champs. I like them. But all these other ones, it's just like, it's just becoming off like undone. Like, I always wanted to be an actress. And I can't act. And all the actress, the celebrity actress. Now you have the A-B listers and you have Broadway, people that actually go to the theaters to see other people act live. Why, when things get tough, the big name celebrities, they step on the toes just to be in theater? That's the type of shit like these podcasters. You stepping on toes. Toes, like... And I really think because they got the money and they get away with it, just like because they got a mic in front of them. But you know what? Mics don't mean anything. It's about your coming, to people. And I just think this is just... I'm looking at them now. It's just like, it's just disgusting. Some people be keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? They've been on here a long time. We've been following each other, but it's just like, it's up for everybody. I'm going to give my dog a podcast. Me and my dog. Say, how that thumb feel? How that thumb? Talk to the people. Talk to them. Well, I've been waiting for you to go to bed. But I love these fingers. No steel. What you call that? That's all he do. I go to sleep. I be trying to get him on my toes, though. I need that feet massage. It's okay. I love Candace Owens. Now, I can listen to her all day. These podcasts ain't got shit relevant. Who give a fuck that you was with and how your life was and how many you had sex with and talk about you came across DMX and he was like some... They ass too young to be too old. Them old ass suits. They wouldn't be my type of pick, even if they in life. I mean, I don't have. I mean, just like in general, on general purposes, they would not be my picks in a man. Like if I look at them like, and hear the you all that stuff, just no. But I do have my picks. You know, when it comes to a man, you know what? I think that the men I have chosen in my life, I think I was more infatuated that they admired me, but they couldn't. You know, I'm not saying I was all that, but I love so much, and I'm not looking for material or what you have or any of that. I'm not looking for those things. I'm just looking for someone that's genuine, loving, caring. And if you know, everyone have their struggles. And when I mean struggles, like me, everybody have they things they need to get over with, but you don't want to put that on your loved one. People that one might be my archetype. LeBron. I think that all the money in the world, I'm glad of his achievements and things like that, but he's not a good looker. Come on, let's keep it real. LeBron James is not a good looker. I want somebody that look bring their attractiveness out, even through the flaws, or someone that's strong-willed, and I'm so glad that I have that. I have someone like that. One of my suitors. It's about your temperament, your integrity, your honesty. And you know, I love that Chris Brown came out, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. He letting you know. Listen to them lyrics. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. And I think a lot of dogs and mutts should be upfront with that. Because at first I'm like, oh my God, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. Everybody doing it then. You know, I'm like, okay, that's cool. But at first I got offended, like, oh, you don't tell these kids. But what I commend Chris Brown on that song, saying that I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. At least he honest. Most men need to be honest like that. Don't get me involved in you married, or you in a relationship and y'all not together, y'all off in trying to triangulate me or whatever. Or, we vibing, and I'm feeling you, feeling each other. What you looking for? I'm looking for this. That's what the guys say. I'm looking for, a woman stand by me. And she like, yeah, I could do that. I can stand by you. I'm trying to do this and do that. And then they get you wound in, and 3 months, 6 months later, you think you in love. A year later, you find out something else. That mask and fell off on your ass, and you found out he's a dog, he's a mutt. So just keep it clean. Like, I'm not looking for a relationship, but I am attracted to you. And I'm feeling you. Be like that. And, I like to hurry up my thing. We're going to do something. Let's do it. You want to fuck? Fuck. Just come out with it. Give her a choice. Like the interview with the vampire with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, when they say I never had a choice. He bit the shit out of me, and I didn't have a choice. At least I do admire that song, because he letting you know. But he's not saying he's like that. The song is saying, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. So pay attention to them lyrics and decide and be open with it. You guys, be open with it. Like, you know what? I'm not looking for a serious relationship. Or she could be a dog in a mutt too. She could be a dog in the mud. Like, she could be a, I'm not going to stand on this, but, it's a lot of hot girl summers out here. And that wasn't good, because that broke my heart, because the man I was with, he didn't have discipline. Because he became a dog in a mutt. But, times is changing. Now, them sad chicks, things last for 10 years. Give it 10 years. Like that drill music. It only lasts 10 years. Give it 10 years. All that shit gonna be, it's gonna be a new trend. So that first 10 years, you gonna be hearing all that stuff. Now, I seen a woman on social media. I guess she called her man up in a car wash, driving through a car wash, like self-car wash, and I guess he had a woman in there, and she walked up on him, and she sprayed her. He sprayed her because she put her hands on him. Like, see, women get tough. And he embarrassed her, took the hose and sprayed her ass, and the girl that he was with was laughing. They both jumped on the car and drove off on her. And then I remember her, like, trying to catch up with the car as they was driving out the little self-check car wash. And the guy was laughing that was filming in the background because he was one video playing. And woman ran out there, young lady ran out there, and they just pulled off on her ass. And she couldn't do nothing about it but walk in anger. Even though you would say that's what her ass get, I felt empathy for her. Because she was probably that girl that he was with, laughing at the other girl. Now it's her turn. I did some stuff, you know. But one thing I never did was have another man shame me in front of another woman. Because I already knew if you weren't worth it, I'm not finna fight over you. I'm not gonna do it. I would go silent. And I was like that in my teenage years. I would never in my life fought over a man. Never. Never. My grandmother always told me, late novella towns, she always told me, she said, I turn my love off like a faucet. I never could do that. I was like, what she mean by that? A man could never fill James Townsend's shoes, which was my grandfather. He died when he was 27 years old, and she had 3 children, and he died in a car accident. He was just 27 in Mississippi. So, you know, she helped raise me. And the women in my family, we never fought over a man. If he was doing wrong, we left him. Or they came back and he corrected himself. I ain't never, and you know, we all that on the phone where he did this, wait, you know, I did used to get patty with it. Just to prove to another woman how much he loved me. I did that a couple of times, you know. He loved gnawing, she loved gnawing on my fingers, because, you know, she teething. Them teeth getting big, ain't it? Look at them. What do with you? What do? Do with you? It's not worth it. And when that Hot Girl Summer came out, I didn't know how to take that, because I didn't know how to take it. It's cool to be like, you know, on top of cars and, you know, flapping. Like, yeah, get this pussy. Yeah, get this pussy. That's what you're doing. Who sold this to our culture? You know, I don't know. Who did that big? It's record labels. And I'm going to tell you who did it. Who owned the record labels? That's why Kanye said, I fucked a Jewish bitch. See? But they got offended. See? I ain't saying nothing. They got offended. He said, I fucked a Jewish bitch last night. See, but when you say I fucked this black bitch, you know, it's cool. It's normal because that's what y'all do. Y'all animals. You go out there and you pop your pussies. Girls, gentlemen, and a few gents. I don't know. See, he got some. She getting her teeth growing. She wanna just chew. I'm finna put her ass down. She is not finna do this. What? Say hi. Look. Look at you. You see yourself? She can't even say it. I call her beady eyes. Look at her. Look. She worried about my fingers. He go over there. Look right here. See you? You see yourself? Look. See? See? You don't see yourself, do you? You see? Go. You crazy. Yeah, these podcasters, they just, Fat Joe, all this stuff. Who cares about Fat Joe? I never liked him. I never liked his music, never liked his raps. Something, lean back. Fat Joe wouldn't even be in the position he was without Big Pun. He could never rap. He was in New York, and he was rapping around some guys, and he just had a flow. Even what's his name? Noriega. I liked him. He had a flow, like, he was like. But Fat Joe, Now he got a podcast, and he want to talk about his and spill the beans. One thing Snoop did, I'm not a fan of Snoop either. One thing Snoop said, the game is not to be so, it's to be told. These motherfuckers out here, bodyguards, they mamas, babies and mamas. Everybody want to talk about, see? Because they broke. Celebrity money is breaking. Stella! Their ass is breaking. They don't have shit to say. about their life and shit. Okay, y'all should have said that shit back then. Now we in 2025. You want to tell me about a day in a life when y'all would sit up there kicking and somebody said some wise words. Get y'all. It's fake. It's fake. I'm sorry. I should just be like jamming up. It's fucking fake. And I'm going to tell you. These, the word narcissistic is being, like, worldwide. Like, he's a narcissist. She's a narcissist. No, I can tell you this. I experienced narcissism, but it was no word for it. It was no word for narcissism. You just know, like, why you do that? Or why she do that? Why she acting the way I'm trying to talk to her? There wasn't no word for it. But they now spitting out characteristics of narcissism. Narcissism is someone that don't fucking care. That's basically it. There's no term for it. It has no empathy. Somebody just like make it look like we good, but until you tell me no, then we ain't good. You know, all this shit is with families. It's with all such stuff. But it's no end or rhyme or reason with that shit. There's no rhyme or reason. And you be like, why am I so fucked up right now? They just confuse the fuck out of me. That's the energy. But I had been knowing that since 2016. I was with a man that I dearly love. He taught me a lot. To the point that we lovers became roommates. Where that come from? Wasn't no word for narcissism in 2016. Hot, cold. So I started doing research in 2016. So I'm like, this man must got Asperger's, like Elon Musk, because this man just like, the fuck? Yes. Some people, it's just not narcissism. Some people need to get over, like myself, like, you know, over themselves. But sometimes they be into themselves that make you an object. Object mean like, Stella, you my Stella. Okay. As long as you give me what I want. When I can't drink no more, I'm done. I done last your right to whatever. There you have it. That's why I had to really like dive deep and let a lot of situations go within myself. And I hit that dark night of the soul. You ever hit a dark night of the soul? When you thought you were about to die. In the midst of a storm. Only to come out stronger. But it was just all them things that hurt you so much. It can make you feel like you can't go on no more. It's just that reality just hitting your ass. That's all it is. From abuse of someone. It could be employment. It can be someone dearest to you. A death that you just stop. And that's what they call the dark night of the soul. And you be alone. Don't nobody be around. But a lot of people is going through that. And they're around people. And they doing other substance to kill that dark night of the soul. You can be walking around with a dark night in the soul and truly be out there and be like, yeah, let me hit this. Getting fucked up and stuff and all this and drunken and stuff. And for you know it, you done fucked around and killed somebody. Can you imagine you got so messed up because you was messed up and you about that life and kill somebody and wake up the next morning? That dark night of the soul is going to continue for a moment. And your boy's like, man, you knocked that motherfucker rocks off. And you looking like, I did? All along, you was in the dark night of your soul. You put your pain on others. Because you didn't deal with your dark night of the soul. When you feel that dark night of the soul, go. Sometimes it lasts 6 months. Sometimes it lasts a day or two. Sometimes it lasts days. Sometimes it lasts a year. But when you go through it, you wake up. You're going to have that clarity. You're going to know who is who and what you are. You're going to find out who you are. And people may look at you like, man, what's up? Or she, oh, you want to do this? Nah, I'm good. Because you awake. There's still some redemptions, you know. You still can redeem. But if you out here killing like 2-3 people now, I don't know. You just a sociopath. I mean, you ain't trying to redeem. You just evil. Evil to me is someone that don't have sympathy for life. That is evil. No sympathy. Everybody say God created evil and good. He's a force. And he's real. He sheds his lights on people. The sun on good and bad. It's up to you because you have a choice. Because he's the source of an entity. But you can get back to that creator. You can't go like you just gonna be in the ethers. You can't go back to source. Because he don't want your energy. Maybe you come back reincarnated. And that's one thing Tupac said, I don't want to come back reincarnated. Tina Marie. I've been in this life before. I don't want to come back no more. Makes sense. So just my thoughts. Narcissism. Podcasts. All these other people they just talking about other people but themselves. But what about you? What about us? What about me? I'm talking about me because I'm real. I'm talking about, like, walking away from walking away. You have that right to just fucking walk away. Walk away. By you walking away, it don't mean that you should kill me for walking away. All these black women getting murdered just because she tired of his ass cheating. Or simply that his elevator ain't going up there. You shooting bitches. How can you shoot a woman? This is our society. You don't shoot me for walking away like I'm a dude. Black on black crime. Because I'm walking away. But you know what? White society do it too. Watch Dateline. They kill each other over insurance policies. You much more dead than alive. We struggling with these the mortgage stuff. You got this $500,000 policy, $2 million. You about to get murked. This one dude tried to put a policy on me. I said, I'm not going. $50,000. I ain't going. Who gonna pay that? And one thing, I ain't trying to, I don't know nothing about that. I was young, like $50,000 policies. We just trying to get burial over here. I learned about that burial. Boy, I'm telling you. Policies and burials. Such a shame. But I think it was always a setup to have women, black women in power to the extent, hold on, to the extent that they overcame being more masculine in to a man. I think it started back in basically, I think this was going on a long time ago, because it takes 20 years for something to unfold when in the plan with the government. Take 20 years. You think COVID came out just all of a sudden in 2020? That was planned. It takes years planning. See how they go. And so it took years to me, and my thought is that I remember when public aid was giving women, the more children you have, the more money you get. I was in that era. And I would see women walking around with strollers, and this is in Cabrini Green. And she got 2 kids. She had 3, 5. That's 500. 600. They was paying you to have children, but they didn't. That was a long gate, you know, like more kids you have. I done had seen people had 8 children, $800 in your check. And your rent in the project was what? Low income. Your rent was what? $50, $60. Some didn't even pay lights. $20 years later, from that situation, 20 years later, after that epidemic happened, them kids didn't have no father. It was destruction of the family home. Nothing. When, drugs, anything could hit that child. Because it was no guidance in them children. All the elements of poverty could hit them children during that time. Now, being born now that they older, I ain't know my father was such. But see, God had a calling on my life to let me experience and watch that. And how my mother raised me as the only child. And she always told me, she said, if you have a child, she was so morbid. It's just gonna, you can't have a child because it's gonna cost. That's how she felt. While they was paying, the government was paying them to have a child, my mother was saying opposite. It's gonna cost. I only had one daughter. But the way my mother raised me, she wouldn't give me no baby dolls. Like, how people have baby dolls and stuff. And so I never played with baby dolls. I had Barbies, and I wanted a Barbie house. But she also had me have a tea set, and we have a tea party. And she would have a real tea set. And we would sit there and have tea. And she bought me a typewriter. And she bought me a mannequin, with a doll that you can practice on hair. She never gave me a baby doll. Because she knew how society was. And we was in the projects. Cabrini Green. 6063. North Larrabee. Went to gender school. Everybody be rapping and claiming Cabrini, but I lived there. And that's what she instilled in me in 603. So now we got this masculinity that's going out here with women. I think it broke men's to the point that if I'm not needed, I don't know. I think they didn't fight for it. But, I think that all that hot girl summer and things like that, it kind of, everybody talking about some black fatigue. They putting a label on it, but I've been burnt out with that. It destroyed a lot of families, married couples, because a man wasn't disciplined in their home. And now all them girls that was being, loosey-goosey. And I remember my cousin wife said, you know what a Josie is? I said, what's a Josie? Now I understand what a Josie was, because I was so naive. Thank you, Patricia. But Now it's back. It's a backlash on that hot girl summer thing. Now everybody want to wake up and stuff, and oh, no, I don't know. I think it was in the plan. When I say 20 years, after 10 years, like with the drill music, it only lasts 10 years, and then it'll be something new. King Von, all that shit is over. It's something new. But see, Lil Durk is in a situation that he trying to change shit up because he's becoming a Muslim. Sometimes you gotta rebrand yourself. Ain't no more in the phone, phone, your phone. Shit. That's the black fatigue. You ain't saying nothing. Bitches on my Now the bitches, they ain't got nowhere to go. Pussy make the world go round, though. Scarface. I don't know. What we gonna do? Is it culture? Or is Kanye vultures that made our culture a vulture? Peace.